The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everybody, welcome to the weekly Noyantis Usergroup meeting. Today is Monday, the 28th of May, 2019. Myself and John are here as your hosts. Looks like there's not too many attendees at the moment. Hopefully that will change very shortly. As always, if anyone's got any ideas or questions or queries, problems, suggestions, feel free to raise your hand and we'll get the mics opened and we'll cover the topic accordingly. So, any questions? Or it could be very quiet.
It could be quiet. I was trying to think. Things are going well over here.
That's good. That's what we like to hear.
It is good. I was having trouble with command bars, but it straightened itself out. I don't know why. But I was getting like, remember I was getting like TPFs like every, I don't know, fifth or sixth time I ran the program, and the last several days it's been nothing, and it was jumbling up the top menu, and every time it's coming up fine now. So hopefully that's solved for I don't know why. Maybe it was something somewhere.
Because I don't know where anything's changed there.
I don't either.
I mean, I sent you the update to the docking panes, which actually I did promise I'd get released. So I will do that release. Oh, maybe even after this. No, tomorrow. I feel terrible today, so yeah, I'm not going to pull a late one today. but yes, I will get that released. Speaking of updates, no further work on the report control, even though that is well into in progress. But the G security is getting closer. It'll only be beta 1, but it is getting closer, so that'll be very good. Just doing the bit where it has to read the screen controls and then let you manipulate them, and so on and so forth. So yes, getting very close. Oh, looks like we do have a question now. That's good. I'm just trying to see the actual question. So, Michael, this will be, I'm guessing, calendar. So, Michael, microphone's open. Are you there?
Hello, Andy. How are you?
Yes, fine. Thank you. Yourself?
Fine. I sent you an email with my TPS and TXA, two TXAs, and my TCP for the problems that I have. So you receive it.
That was on the calendar. You got the load events.
Yes.
Right. Okay. This is a test app. No, I'll tell you what. I will. You sent me schedule TXA. That's your schedule window, correct? And load events.
Yes. Load events and my ECT and the two files.
Is that is there enough there for me to actually start a new application and bring this in?
Yes. In a new application, I didn't have a problem.
No. The things that you sent me, the TXAs, would that be enough? That's okay. So let's just save these. What you sent me. Trying to get the attachments. Won't be a second.
Okay.
So you sent. If I go to that, is a copy of the dictionary.
Yes.
Okay. So if I create a new application from that to use that dictionary. That will do. Calendar test. Okay. So you sent me a couple of TXAs. Which one shall I bring in first? The schedule?
And road events, yes.
Oh. I don't think. No, that's not. Okay. Just have a quick app frame. We will call your scheduler. Okay. That's the calendar, obviously. We'll just go with built-in theme. Okay. Looks like it's wanting Sequin as well, I take it. Okay, Michael, we got RAS as well. Is that GU?
This is there from, yes, from the template. I disable as in your template. It's for reside and split. But
Oh. Okay. We've got an error in where? Schedule company.
it's the options file that I have that I save the themes here.
Update events.
Yes, an update for events.
Is that the standard, or is that different for yours?
Yes, it's a standard.
Okay, I'll just pinch it from the other one. Just 1 second.
And the reminder window is a reminder for an example.
Okay.
A custom reminder. Okay.
So we will need the update event. Oh. Okay. Oh,
Revision
I'm doing the
reminders
wrong one.
is a custom command. Okay.
Where's your... Oh, vision reminders. That's just the...
Yes. It's a,
Right, no problem. Okay. Oh. Definitely don't like something. Okay, which would be... Is that your staff code?
yes, it's
Yep.
that code.
No? Come on, crikey. Probably just done these. Oh, crikey.
It's the icons. Yes, I forgot to to delete them.
Okay. So I'll just copy some random ones. So that's no problem. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm just on another window. So I'm just going to use the
In the
Noyantis.
schedule, you can delete the taskbar that I have. Don't remember.
Okay. Hello there. Just one more. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So what is it I'm looking at now?
Reminders, the problem that I have.
Yep. So okay. So let's have a reminder for today. Okay. Don't know what that's saying. Should I be able to insert? Obviously, it's
Yes, I have stuff for these hours. Maybe in another day. Time status.
just looking at the data table you sent us. Won't be a second.
Yes.
Do you have a password?
Yes. 110992. No, it's
Do you want to send it us privately, and I'll?
just 1 moment.
Okay.
1 moment.
I can see.
Yes, it's the V N in caps. VN 110992.
Okay. Well, you do have
Yes.
some data in there, obviously. I take it I've got your staff table, have I? I've got the TPSs you sent me were
I have the staff code.
yeah. I was gonna say I don't think I ever got the staff. No, must have got that wrong. Okay. Do you have a staff table?
Yes. I didn't send you.
No, just looking then. One thing I did see though is I'll just copy in the themes. At least make the calendar look a little smarter. Just while I wait for that. That'll do. 2010.
It's a time status here.
Yes, yeah, I was thinking that was the case. Do you know what the password is for your staff table? I can just put some records in.
The same password.
So VN 11.
Yes, VN 110992.
Okay. So
VN 110992.
yeah. So look at your staff. 1 to 13, something like that. That's okay. So just blatantly putting some in.
Yes, if I don't have staff, I put a record name vision.
Okay. Oh, I think it was 13 actually, wasn't it? We get the idea. So now let's have a look. Where are you getting the working times?
The working times it's in the staff table.
Right. Okay.
And in schedule, I have the time status.
Yeah, I'm just going to
Called.
turn the time status off, just so we can actually see the data and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yes.
Quick look at your calendar. Okay. Yep, you've got the status there. Okay. So we'll just turn that facility off.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what, we'll have it at 10 o'clock today, so it would have passed. Appointment with reminder. Okay, yeah. Custom reminder fired, and that's. Yep, I'll take your word for it.
Yes.
So basically, that's there. Now we just remind me. I know we did it in the example last week. You're loading it off the application frame. Is that correct?
Yes. But only in scheduler I have the problem. In the application frame, I don't have problem.
So if I go onto here,
So, yes.
But we're not getting this. This is not the. It's not demonstrating the problem, is it?
Yes, because this is the window of your reminder, no a custom. It's a custom window.
Yeah, but sorry. Yeah, the problem you were getting is you was getting get property failed.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is when we're not getting that issue here, we are actually getting the proper subject with 6, which would be 6 hours ago.
Yes.
So
And yes, I have the translation code here.
the what? Sorry.
I have the in scheduler.
Hmm.
I have the translations of reminders.
Right.
Okay.
But but correct me if I'm wrong. The problem we was looking at last week was this wasn't actually coming up with this subject. You was getting get property
A
failed.
lot property failed. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you use my load event?
Yeah.
Here.
This is your this is a brand new app which we've just done now. This is your load. Well, the only thing we've changed is I took Sequin off and I brought in a different update.
Okay.
But no, that was actually that's my reminder. Did you send a reminders window?
No,
No.
I don't send you invite.
So can you send me
One
your
moment.
reminders window, please? Because that might be
Yes, one moment.
yeah. Because it's that what we're investigating, so that could well be part of the part of the problem.
Yes. Okay.
So if you
How
email
I
that,
send you?
if you just email it, and then I'll receive it straight away.
Can I send you in Skype?
Oh
No.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, okay. A moment. I send it.
Okay, let's take a look. You send it to Noyantis?
No, in your personal.
Oh yes, to me, directly to me. Yeah, it's just
Yes.
yeah.
Direct to you.
No, I don't see anything yet. Let me search for you and see if it's.
Adi Wilton. Okay. In Skype.
The Skype name is Noyantis. Yeah, I'll send you a message now.
Okay. Here.
Yeah.
Yes, I send. One moment. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yep, got that. Thank you. Okie dokie. Vision reminders, TXA. Brilliant. So we shall bring this in. Okay, that's yours.
Yes.
Oh, a couple of icons, but that's fine. No problem. Okay. Oh, we've got
Yes, you.
sequin. So just remove the sequin.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. This is
No,
mine.
that's yours. That's fine.
Yes.
But
When I load the scheduler in first time, it's like this. When I refresh, I have the load problem failed.
okay, so if I go to there and come back.
Yes, no problem. I don't know.
Try again. Don't think we're going to get the problem though. So you're not getting appointment with reminder. You're getting get property failed.
Yes, here.
Okay. So I'm going to send that a zip of that folder to you and ask, can you try that on yours now, and then we can see, does it behave differently on yours than it does on mine? So just
Okay.
1 second. Okay. So I've got a zip there. So I've just sent that to you.
Yes.
If you want to quickly unzip that, just run it, just like we've just been doing here. And so you don't have to compile, just literally just start, run, go into your scheduler and see if you can get the issue on your system.
Yes. Andy, can I ask you a question? Is it the problem that I load the reminders in the application frame and the scheduler?
No, because they're two separate. I mean, we'll do the same here. Let's do that. But you test that. I'll just do it here. So I'm going to add on the application frame. You have the. Are you using the calendar pro frame reminders? That one.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to do the same here for us. Bit of a delay. Crikey, wow. Okie dokie. Going to want a toolbar, so I shall do that in a second. Okay. Okay, just going to change our settings on here. Yeah, that toolbar. I'm going to have the reminders on. I'm going to use a custom one, which is what you have on yours. Okay.
Yes.
Tell me these settings are different from yours, but I'm going to take the actual settings directly from the scheduler. So we would have, oops, not there. We would have our load. And then we would have our timer triggered. Reminder fired. So reminder fired. That's what you're calling it. That's fine. And under the data load, you have, just going to get it here, is what I prepared earlier, the load. Okay. So now when the application starts, oh, yeah, I'm going to say I need to have the events table. I would have expected our reminder to trigger then. Ah, multiple schedules. Yeah, I take it you're using multiple schedules?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I mean, we're going to have that same code there as well. So they really will be mirroring your scheduler. Okay, so we have reminder 6 hours ago, 9:45.
Yes,
That's correct.
yes, and schedule. Then, yes,
With reminder,
it's nowhere. Okay, okay. I don't know what happened in my application.
just trying to think.
Do you load event in the application frame? Must load events
Well,
in the app frame.
you would have to basically, obviously, this procedure here has your calendar on it, and so on. That's fine. So we're loading events here, but we've also added an extension to the application frame, and that actually, you saw us add that toolbar. Let's just actually show you the toolbar. Okay. Don't hide the toolbar. Although, to be honest, I don't think I show the control. No, but basically on that toolbar is an actual other instance of the calendar, because we can't just read the events table, because you could have recurring events with reminders and they work to a different pattern and so on and so forth. So you can't just say read the events table. What you need to do is bring them into the calendar, let the calendar populate it in the repeating fashion that it should do, and so on and so forth, and then trigger your reminders from there. So technically, there is another calendar here on this toolbar, and that is being loaded exactly the same as your normal scheduler. And then after that, the code is one and the same. They trigger just as the scheduler would trigger. Yeah, basically they are two separate calendars, but working in the exact same fashion.
Okay, but in my main, in the app frame, I have a load event, fetch record, and syncs calendar to file and file to calendar.
Yep.
Do I must have it in the app frame?
Actually, yeah. Well, we're not doing any syncing. You should, as you just said, there should be the other two embed points. These two, the sync. I'll put them in, but because we're not actually doing any changing, then they weren't actually needed. But we will do them. Okay. So if the reminder window on the app frame would have triggered, and then you pressed open and changed the time of the event or snooze or whatever, then that would have written back. So the synchronize would have been required. But we've not done anything. We're literally just seeing the event trigger and display on screen. Okay, so, but that was the second one. Okay, and you also had one in the data of that. And then there was the first one. Which was there. Looks, yep, good.
Okay.
Perfect. Yep, after that, that's good. And we will actually, let me open one. We'll change its time. So now we're going to synchronize. Oh, we've not called the method, the update.
Yes. In my app, it's open. Okay. No problem for this.
Did the example app that I've just done there, did that work on yours?
What?
The zip, I just sent you the zip file.
Yes, I have only this. Okay.
Yeah, no, the zip file I just sent you, did you run it and did it work?
For a moment,
Okay, so we'll change that to 11 o'clock. Still triggered. That's good. That's still right. Into the schedule. Triggers. Yeah.
I can't open because I have Clarion 8. Okay.
Oh no, just run the exe. I tell you what, just let me change the compile so it's in. I'll recompile it for you. Okay, and just sent it again, but that's compiled in local mode. So now you can just run the exe.
Okay.
Just while we're waiting to the outcome of that, I just got Stan. Stan, if you're available, he's got a question as well. We'll still leave this open, don't worry. Stan's is just a question on the QuickBooks. Stan, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so I know you had some questions regarding the settings in the QuickBooks developer portal. Is that correct?
Yeah, the question I'm coming up with is, if you go through the portal, you'll end up with your own final keys, client ID and secret code, okay?
Yes.
So how do you get your application listed to where it will work through their app lookup. I guess you have to go through the app store,
On that, I don't know.
or is that even possible with the way this logs in?
That I don't know. The steps I have is the ones to create the application in the, like I say, the developer portal. That will give you your 2 sets of keys, one for the sandbox company, which is your ID and secret,
Right.
and then your production keys. And it's those production keys which are then basically say which company they're giving access to. So I know on my QuickBooks I have 2 companies, and you could say these keys are going to work with this company, and they'll show you the companies that they'll work with. So your client should really do that same steps. Now, to help you out on that, I've actually recorded a video which I can send to you. Make it easier for you to know, so you can remember.
So then the question I have that follows up to that is, if every client will technically have their own private production keys.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. And once you got the production keys, they were good for everybody's, but that's not true.
The production keys are because for security, those production keys are directly related to your login and the companies that the live companies that login can see. So I've got Noyantis and Exanti, which are 2 companies, and my login can see those 2. So, but there is changes afoot there, because there's Bill, who was the one who made us aware that there is better ways of getting to the login. Bill's just actually typed in there. That goes back to what I was asking about the QuickBooks login. Yes, and it was Bill who said there's a particular company, which I forget the name of it now. I have got it bookmarked, but basically they have one app. You log in just as you would with like in the morning, logging into your QuickBooks online, if you will. You would log in, giving them credentials, and then they can go off and access the data. So there is other technology, and that's what I'm going to have a look at the moment, just until I get in a couple of updates and some other things that I'm working on. I'm not going to be in a position to look at that. I'm just snowed under on other stuff at the moment, but that will change. In the meantime, if you did the developer portal for the particular clients in question, at least you'd be able to get up and running.
Okay. All right. The last thing is,
we'll send you the video just as a step-by-step guide.
The last thing is, you were talking, or the last time we did this webinar, you went through and were adding additional code for the customer to be pulled up into the journal entry. Did you finish that? And
it was
has that been published?
There is a pending update to the QuickBooks class, because I also saw some. Now, what was it? It was both on the customer and the vendor. There was a couple of fixes, but the journal, it was already there, but it was one of the fields. Oh, no, it wasn't. Sorry, no, we did it. We did it here live online, didn't we? So yes, that will be covered in the next release. If nothing else, I'll get that release out this week. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a Talking Pains update.
I don't need it right now. It's just
Well, it's been a while since I got an update out.
Well, I had you on the inactive.
Yes.
Or to talk to you. Might as well ask.
No, and yes, that's done, and that will be in the next release.
All right.
I'll get that out. I'm going to do a Docking Pains release in the morning. I'll do an interim QuickBooks at the same time. Well, Chillcat, I should say, because there's other things in Chillcat which you can now make use of. There's a technology called D-Track. I don't know if anyone's used that, but that's for if you add delivery drivers, that kind of thing. And now you can talk to your drivers live and see their tracking position and so on. So if you've got any like delivery type work, so there's a task class just for that, and there's going to be a task class for Easy Post as well, which I know John's pushing for. So there are plenty of changes afoot with the Chillcast stuff. It's always being worked on. But I did find a couple of funnies myself this last week to do with the customers and vendors, just to do with what data you were sending it, whether it was going to post to the back end or not, and it could cause an issue. So that's been corrected and worked around.
All right. Sounds good. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. You've answered mine, so I'm out.
No, cool. Thank you.
Bye.
Michael, how did we go on? Did that run on your system?
Yes, it's working. The example that we made, it's working.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
it's my a problem. I look fine.
Well, the thing, I mean, just for people, because people might be thinking, what the experience, what the problem is that Michael's getting is this information here. So the subject and obviously the amount of time and so on and so forth is all driven from the calendar. Now, this is a hidden calendar on the application frame, but this one isn't. This is the live calendar. So, for example, if we were to change this here and we say ABCD, we change that. Sorry, that was me. ABCD, and of course, it's picking this information up from the calendar. And what Michael's getting is on the second time, he's not getting that property. He's getting get property failed, which usually signifies. Now, there's an idea, which usually signifies that the event that you're trying to get the properties from, the caption, the icons, the subject, the location, all the different properties per event are out of sync. Just thinking there, the first time it works, the second time it doesn't. Internally, okay, now in your record, that might have a record ID of, let's just have a look. Schedules, events. Okay, so you've got an event ID. Now, that's your record ID. And of course, it could be a GUID, it could be anything you like. When that gets loaded into the calendar will also internally give it its own internal ID. That ID, if I was to quickly show you here, yeah, let's just do our load event. Okay, so brings you back that event ID. Okay. So I'm going to put in the subject we haven't done a repaint, so I'm just thinking aloud here. I'm just wondering whether you're passing the wrong ID to it, and because the internal ID, you might have records 1 to 100, and they're your record IDs. They will always be 1 to 100. The first time you load the calendar, that'll load 100 events, but it will number them -1 to -100. The second time, if you don't come out of the application and you just come out and go back in again, it will load them as -101 to -200, and so on and so forth. And I'm just wondering whether that You're using the wrong ID, you're using a record ID instead of the internal calendar ID. It's just a guess, but I'm just wondering whether it's related to that within your system. So what I was thinking is p calendar dot change event from group. Now, if I remember rightly, I think it's something like that. Just have to open my, I can't remember the .inc, won't be a second. Just looking at here. Yeah. So we've done the insert event, and then I was thinking maybe okay, so what I'm doing there is done the normal insert event, as you've got there. Then I'm changing, so that returns the calendar's internal ID. Then I'm basically changing the subject, and I'm just going to do the change event from group. Oops. Really. So you can see here that happened to be record 20, but internally it was -1. Okay. And again there, I'll put a clip on there in a minute, but you can see there, same record, but this time it's -3. So if I was to close and open that again, -5. Okay, so what's happening there is the get property, all of the actual class methods to get an event property all work off the internal ID. Of course, you from your data IO use your record ID, and all the embed points where you need to put any code will pass you that. But if you ever wanted to get any event properties, e.g. the subject or the minutes and so on and so forth, then you would be using the internal ID. Now, if you passed it an invalid internal ID, then it would come back and say get property failed because it can't find the event, which means it can't find the properties for you. Does that make sense? So that's just an idea, maybe something to look at. Might be worth you just trying that on. I can't send you the zip. Something like that on yours. Just then those two lines. If you modify yours, I'll put them in a Skype chat to you, just to see what the ID is, because you'll still get property failed, but you'll have the ID that you're passing it.
I tried the first the record. The record is 20. It's okay, but I just tried the 2 lines.
Well, as I say, the one static thing you've got there is your record. The one static property you've got is your record ID. So that's record 20. That's not going to change. But the calendar basically has its own, I suppose it's the equivalent of a queue, but it has its own data source. We go passing events to it via a group, and then we call this insert event from group, or you can do change event from group and that kind of thing. So we're passing it. So you've got one calendar active on the main thread here. So that's the calendar. Even though it's used in different procedures, the CodeJot calendar is kind of global, if you will, from a resource point of view. So it's got basically from the counter's point of view, it won't reset itself just by going into the calendar and out of a procedure. So that same one there now is -3. I take it there's another event being loaded somewhere because they go one at a time. So there must be another event somewhere with the data. I would have to have a look.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you can see here it's -3 and 5 and so on and so forth. And all of the, as I say, all the methods, so if you take a look here at get event end time, get event color, they all take an ID, and that ID is the internal calendar ID, which you would have told you, and so on. So I'm just wondering whether, I'm not quite sure how, but you're passing the wrong ID. So for example, let me move that out of the way. For example, if I was to, on your scheduler, just going to put a button here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, as you navigate around the calendar, I'm going to store the event that's been selected. Okay. Okay, so under the calendar, event selected. Just going to, so you can see here that he's going to give you two parameters: the ID of the calendar, internal to the calendar, and the record ID, which is your record ID or in your database. So I'm going to store that LV event ID equals param ID. Now on that, did I say that before? Hang on a second. Oh, just 1 second. Right, sorry about that. Yeah, that's not letting me save your changes. Sorry about that. I take it you can still hear me. Well, we're not going to be able to demonstrate there. What I was going to demonstrate was calling it get a property of a known event ID and then calling it to get a property of an invalid event ID. And that's where you would get your get property failed, which is the thing you're experiencing. Hi, Michael.
Yes.
Yes, sorry.
Yes. I try to run with 2 lines, but I have an error here. One moment. Yes, I try this, and I look into load events again for my problem. I have 2 questions more. When I insert an appointment in 8 in morning, it allows me to insert because I have a time starting warning message. Do you said we have an update for this?
And that was just repeat that again. I do remember this is where it's dead on the minute, isn't it, if you will? Is that correct?
Yes. And I try to change the hours 1 minute or 2 minutes early, but they nothing happened.
So I'm just going to bring up the normal example. Just
Yes.
yeah, just let me bring that one up. Just 1 second. Actually, no, it's normal.
My app running, and I have the internal -1 in reminder.
Okay,
It's okay.
that's good. Yep.
Okay, I have the internal -3 and the get property failed again in scheduler only. Record 20, internal is -3, and 1 other record with get property failed again. In my app, okay. When I add the 2 lines.
The example app, we're not using any language settings. Obviously, I take it are you using on the global extension, are you using a language, different language? I mean, I'm really trying to find differences.
No.
If you switch, don't use the custom. Just in your app, can you use the built-in Noyantis reminder?
Yes, I tried this.
And what do you get? Does it work?
Yes, I have get property failed also.
You have get property failed also on that?
Yes, in Noyantis window.
What language file do you use then? I mean, I really don't think it makes any difference, but it's grasping at straws. But it's one of the differences between what we're seeing here now and what you're seeing in your application. So on the global extension, what do you use?
The global.
Here, the language. Do you use a language file?
Yes, I have a language file.
Okay, and do you use the Unicode?
From Kodzog, the calendar resource L DLL.
So just 1 second. Okay, just I guess this would be crazy if it is, but we'll try. Just 1 second. Just going to bring back the version what I just sent you a minute ago. Um, 18.6. Is that the you using 18?
Yes.
Okie dokie. And the translations. And which one?
The resource EL from calendar only. Okay.
That one. Yep. Okay, so I'm just gonna
Yes, this.
just gonna copy that in. So before changing anything, just do another quick check. Happy with that. Happy with that. Okay. So I'm just gonna go to the language file. Just try to find it. Okay. Okay. Happy with that. No, still fine.
Yes.
I take it the trans is that set correctly? Is that how it should look?
No. It's not Greek.
No, I was thinking I don't know too much, but I'm sure that doesn't look right. But are you using the Unicode then, or not Unicode?
No, looking good.
Okay. We're gonna have to put some debug in on and run it just on your system because we're never going to see it otherwise. We're gonna have to put some various different debug options in and just run it on your system, like with Ultimate Debug, and put the trace on to see exactly what's going on.
Yes, I send you an application in English from all of my options. Okay, a symbol.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Just so because I'm gonna start wrapping up soon, but let's open up the normal calendar. The normal example. Now we
Yes.
were saying the time status, correct?
Time sense, yes.
Oh, this isn't normal actually. It's got some debug in there, but okay. No, it's not that one. I think it was one of the ones with multiple schedules. Read from tree. Okay, so if I just turn on time status, what do you want me to do here with the time status? Okay, so I've turned it on. Give it a color, working, non-working, so on. Okay. So that is now grey, and I can't book, but that I can. So what was what's the problem that you're experiencing?
When I try to insert in 9 o'clock here,
Hmm.
it not allows me to insert because the time status.
Okay. Well, yes, that should. As you can see, that's now fixed. I think it was just to do with a 1 minute rounding error from memory. And you said you had 2 questions. What's the other one?
I don't understand. What can I do to solve this?
I'll get a fix out. So just to get the
A fix for an update.
yes, yeah, an update.
Okay, thank you. And the last is in my main, I have opened the events file for the reminders. Okay, and I run a pack.
That's right. Yeah, you need
I
to zip
have a
up the
problem.
files. We see
Yes.
that's really going to be an awkward one because it's catch-22. You need the data tables open so that you can read the records and put them into the calendar, but you don't want them open because you then want to be able to back up. Could you but when you issue the backup command, could you not close the tables at that point, issue your pack command, your zip and so on, and then reopen them at the end after that?
Yes, I made this, but not working. I don't know why.
Were all the tables closed?
Before pack,
Yeah.
I close the. One moment. Is it the index? Yes. Okay. I send you the code that I use.
Okay, so you've got here.
This is before pack, and then I open again after pack, but it tells me that the files is still open.
I don't know what to suggest on that. I mean, the code you've just sent through for the webinar, for people on the webinar, is you're just using the relation manager to close the tables, the event exceptions, and the staff table. You know your reminders window. You allow them to open an event. So if an event was to open trigger at 10 o'clock, on the reminders window, I take it you've got an open and they can change the event directly from there. Is that correct?
The command pack, I run it.
No, not that. I was thinking like your reminders there. So I can go onto that and I can open that event and go and change it and so on. The reason I ask is I was wondering, although I've got to admit, I'm not a fan of opening and closing files, continuously. It is a catch-22. If you want the reminders to trigger on the application frame, then you are going to need them files open. Now, you could try and change it so that the load does the opening and the closing of the files, so they aren't open actually on the app frame at all. So you could change it that way. But if they wanted to, from this window, say dismiss or open, then you would need the files open at that point. So it's a tough one. I'd probably look at why the relate close isn't closing it, but that it's a standard Clarion. Just try the normal close command rather than the file relationship. Just try close and the name of the table.
Only the close command. I tried, but
And do you get an error back from it?
yes, the error that I have is that the file is in use.
I really don't know what to suggest. If you issue not the relate close, if you just issue a close command, so close, open bracket, events, close bracket, if you issue that command and check the error code afterwards, do you get an error code back?
Yes, the same error.
No, as in error code, bracket, bracket, does that return you an error?
The error code.
Yes.
For a moment, I tell you what is the error code. I run this. Uh, 30. 30. The error code is the 30.
Entry not found. 30.
Yes. 30, yes. After close, I have a message. Okay.
I don't know what to suggest, Michael. It's kind of outside of my hands. This, you want the truth? I don't know what to suggest. I'd try and find out why the files aren't closing when you've told them to close. It's not directly related to the calendar. I mean, I'll try and I'll try and help, but that's what I would do there. But from the functionality point of view, if you want the reminders on the application frame, then you are going to need the the data loading, and if you want the functionality of having so you can highlight a record and open, and so that's a change form. So of course you're going to need the record open, but you're going to need the file open and the record to be searchable prior to calling the update form. So it's all things like it's like a browse and an update form. You're going to need the table open in order to do that. So in that you've got this pack command. And you're issuing the close before and the open afterwards. I'd do some digging into why the close isn't actually closing, but I can't really say I've come across that. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I mean, I'm not much help there, but my hands are a little tied. If you want the functionality on the application frame, you're going to need the tables open. If you turned off the reminder function, okay, so on the application frame, turn off the reminder function. So the reminders weren't triggering, and then you press your pack command. Mind you, it wouldn't make any difference. I was going to say, do you get the problem there?
If I don't have these files in my main, the
pack would
pack
work.
command,
Yes, that would still work. So
it's okay. Yes.
okay, I'm going to do another button here. Okay, I'm going to call it manual close. Close files. And then open files. Okay. So do an insert. Let's have a look. I would try something along the lines of, what do we have open? Just events. Okay, that's the close. I'm going to go here. Oh, sorry, that's okay. Got that. If I do a close, error is 0.
Yes,
Now if I do reminder there, and press that, I'd expect it to. I'll be honest, I wouldn't have expected that to actually work. Error is 5. Access denied.
yes. Also, I have the and this error.
Okay, try the other. Okay, I'll close and open. Yeah, you're getting 30 there.
Yes.
The simple answer at the moment is I don't know. I'd have to do some digging. So here's the thing then. If I was to run this, have it open, just go to my folder. I've got the events. If I was to delete the events, I can't do because it's open. Okay, so just for if you wonder what I'm doing there it is. So your pack command would fail just the same. Okay. Now I should have
Yes.
closed. Oh, not that one. Okay, same here. Try and delete the events. Can't do, of course. Do the close. Yeah, it's not closing it.
Yes. It's closing and they open again. That's the problem.
I think from a relationship, I don't think there's too much from a relationship point of view. It's a very simple dictionary, this. Event exceptions. Okay, I'll copy yours. We'll have all three. Okay.
Yes, I have these files.
There you go. Okay. Delete. We can't do. Close. No.
No.
So
I try all this.
yeah. No, I know. I'm sure. It is the catch-22 then. Do you put the loading opening? Don't have them on the app frame. Have your source procedure, open the table, close the table, maybe under condition, passing a parameter so it opens and closes them under condition. But you would then have the problem if you wanted to call the update form that you would need, or not necessarily the update form, if you press the dismiss, anything that's going to interact with that record and want it to go and update that record, then you're going to have to have the file open to be able to update it, of course. So you really got that kind of question. Where do you do the opening and the closing?
Yes. For now, I made an external small app for pack. Okay.
Well, do you know that was one of me the questions I was going to have is could with it being TPS, you can copy a TPS when they're open. Can't you copy the files and zip up the copy?
A copy?
Yeah. So you've got that. So here, I can't delete that file because it's in
Yes.
use, but I can copy it. So why not? What about? It's a very crude answer, but what about having maybe just a subfolder? No data in there. Have a subfolder. Copy the TPSs into that subfolder, and then do your pack from there.
The pack. Yes, I can. I can do this.
And then if you've just copied them in there, they definitely won't be open because nobody's using them. Don't get me wrong. I don't really condone copying open files. It's not the best solution. I think by far the better solution is to find out where they're not closing. But if you did as a stopgap measure, then you could do something like that.
Yes, I understand this. Okay.
I think finding the answer to the close is a better option personally, but it would
Yes.
help.
For now, I have an external application for made the pack.
Right.
Because my users working all day in the application and adding many records for the appointments.
Yep.
And I need the pack. Okay.
Got you. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Right. On my days, it's overtime. Right, we are done. Bill was asking about GSEC. Bill, are you there, Bill? Let's open the mic up. I don't think it's opening. But anyway, Bill, the G security. Yes, it's had some bit more work at it this last week. It's juggling things at the moment, but it's had some more work at it. It is close. Rest assured, I know you're trying to get it into a system. Rest assured, as soon as the update's available, we'll drop you the beta via email. So, but it is getting close now, believe me. Okay. No other questions. I'm going to wrap it up. I shall see you all next week. Back to the normal Monday next week. So see you then. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.